got it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today we got Simple City versus 37th, the battle for the capital from the Trap Geek YouTube channel, about the ongoing war going on in the DC area in the hip-hop game, man. So listen, first and foremost, man, shout out Trap Geek. Link down below in the description. Y'all head on over and show some love to his channel. We did a few reactions to his documentaries already. Really dope storyteller, man. I don't know how he be coming up with a lot of the stuff that he know, man. I don't know how he know it, but hey, he know it, man. He definitely legit. And so yeah, so we ain't gonna waste no time though. I don't know too much about, you know, the war that's going on out in DC, man. So we for sure about to get, you know, inside about Trap Geek, man. So we ain't gonna waste no time. We gonna get into it right now. Here on MANIACITV, Simple City versus 37th. The battle for the capital. Let's get it.
Besides the music, you're getting a lot of attention on the internet. I did my research on you. It's another guy, no Savage, he lit just like you. People making it seem like it's an issue though. Is it being hyped up or everything cool?
Man, they dragging that shit. It ain't nothing.
It ain't really nothing?
Ain't nothing. You know what it is for real. That's it. Them niggas hear me.
Tonight, a motorist.
Hey, and whenever rappers do interviews, man, you gotta take note. Like, if it's an issue, don't let it be known on the internet. Do not let it be known when you do them interviews, because if something end up happening, they gonna go right to that interview. He said it ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing. You know what it is for real. That's it. Them niggas hear me.
Tonight, a motorist pulled up to this intersection, yelled to me, "Has the killer been caught?" I told him no. And it shows you the level of concern here in Shaw caused by last night's shooting right here on the sidewalk behind me.
Alright, what's up everybody? We gotta talk about the DC drill scene that's been heating up. Most of the attention's been on Brooklyn drill and before that Chicago, but with DC rappers like No Savage and Walkdown Will getting millions of views consistently, people are starting to tune in. Washington DC is the capital of the US, but it often goes under the radar since it's a small city in the DMV tri-state area. This is the story of two neighborhoods that are 5 minutes from each other, 37th and Simple City, and they do not get along. Both of them are in the southeast DC, and the tension is so bad that kids from both neighborhoods cannot be put in the same school. In 2019, the music escalated tension.
It's bad like that. They can't even be put in the same school with each other, man. What? It's like that. Oh, you from that neighborhood? No, you can't come here. We got a student in this class that's from this other neighborhood. What? Wow.
Neighborhoods cannot be put in the same school. In 2019, the music escalated tensions. The rapper No Savage from 37th was heavily dissing his ops at a Simple City. At the same time, No Savage was putting on this other rapper from his area named Acto Klika, who was going viral, getting hundreds of thousands of views because his content was only focused on disrespecting the dead folks of Simple City and dropping direct disses towards the rival rapper Walkdown Will. And at the start of the new year last year, Acto Klika was found dead outside the train station near Howard University after a drive-by in a white SUV that was caught on camera. The police say Acto Klika was lured to the train station by a girl through DMs on Instagram. But the story gets more complicated. A couple months later, the police would arrest Walkdown Will, the rival rapper, as the main murder suspect, claiming he was the one who hacked into the girl's Instagram and set the whole thing up. 3 members of Walkdown's crew were arrested as well, but the case has more holes than a dartboard. A lot of folks close
that, hold on, man, that's crazy, man. And this the thing, man, a lot of niggas, this how they tried to get Memo when he was down in Savannah, man. They had some girl DM'd him though, like an actual girl DM'd him, and they tried to, they tried to backdoor him down in Savannah, man. It's crazy. The women, like, listen, even dudes they could hack into somebody's profile as a girl and lure a nigga somewhere, man, and just, man, that's crazy.
Walkdown's crew were arrested as well, but the case has more holes than a dartboard. A lot of folks close to the situation don't believe Walkdown did it, and since Acto Klika's death, there's been shootings every week. 37th retaliating with drive-bys, and a Simple City kid who's just 16 years old was arrested for 4 murders and 7 attempts just months after Acto Klika was killed.
Man,
now,
what?
We're gonna... Alright. this is the city of politicians. Washington, D.C.'s got all the suits from both sides. That's where they go to make laws and budgets, supposedly to help people. Yet somehow in their own backyard, D.C. is number 6 in youth incarceration and number 2 in youth homelessness. They're always in the top 10 homicide rates in the country, despite being a small city of just 700,000 people. And since it's the federal capital, Washington is not considered a state, so residents don't got voting representation in Congress or in the Senate. Historically, DC's always been the pulse of the DMV area. It's got all the clubs, the malls, the sports teams, the birthplace of go-go music, which inspired artists like Wale and others. But in the late 2000s, early 2010s, go-go concerts were being shut down all over the city. The government viewed these parties and bands as inciters of violence, forcing clubs to shut down. A lot of the pioneers got locked up, silencing the scene. During that time though, the kids were on a different regime, instilling this regional drill sound that was going viral in the DMV area. That's Walkdown Will, considered to be one of the young pioneers of DC drill. And in order to understand this story, we're going to his neighborhood of Simple City in southeast DC. Simple City's been in a brutal war with 37th, the neighborhood that's 5 minutes over from them, for many decades. Passed down from generation, and speaking to the people from there, nobody actually knows what started it. In DC, they don't color bang, it's no gangs really, just neighborhoods. Around 2014, 37...
That's how it was where I grew up in Westline in Milwaukee. Like if you came in the Westline and you had your red bandana or your blue bandana, man, them niggas robbed you. Them niggas will rob you. I've seen a nigga come in with a red bandana and get stripped out of Westline. Westline did not do any gang banging. It was no gang bang. If you was from Westline, you was from Westline. You listen, it was people that probably claimed some stuff in there, man, but if you were an outsider coming in, I'm telling you, they didn't rock with you at all.
Had people like Shy Glizzy with his record Awesome that was scorching hot all over the country. And then again in 2017, Shy Glizzy had the Grammy nominated track Crew with Goldlink. Being that he was one of the few rappers out of DC to have a Billboard Hot 100 hit, Glizzy basically gave bragging rights to 37th, which is his home. But internal beef was brewing. Glizzy was having tensions with younger casts from his area like No Savage and Young Jose, who thought that Shy wasn't doing enough for them or for 37th.
Say Glizzy can't come to the hood. Hey, who run 37? Okay.
Now you travel just 5 minutes over to Simple City. Around that time, 2016-2017, they weren't doing too much musically, although Simple City is home to legends like Marvin Gaye. But one headline you'll probably remember revolves around the name OG Madman.
Oh man. I don't even want to play it. Man, Trap Geek, you better not even play 3 seconds of this song because, man, if y'all know this man.
Student who fell to his death early this morning.
Investigators still piecing together what happened
I don't
in
want
Richmond.
no problem.
Marissa Jasic.
Affiliated with Simple and hung around Simple City for protection, OG Madman was a rapper who touched at least 1 million views in 2016 after filming this wild music video at the gravesite of his ops, violating the gravesite, pouring alcohol all over. People like DJ Academics covered it. I remember Blackie Speaks made a video. This was all over the news.
Man,
well, OG Madman ended up getting backdoored, murdered at a cookout in his home territory basically. Even the Simple City folks who protected him weren't feeling what he was doing, said it was too extra. Regardless,
I'm telling you, and that's how you know you went too far, when people in your hood saying that was too far. It was like, man, yeah, we don't like them dudes over there, but man, you went way too far. In that video, if y'all ain't seen that, man, go watch it, because that I like it's like, I don't know, man. It's kind of things you don't cross, man. I don't care how much you don't like a dude, man, but he went far in that video, man. And to the point where they was even saying, man, you went too far.
Who protected him weren't feeling what he was doing, said it was too extra. Regardless, the 37th and Simple City war raged on all throughout 2017-2018. Then No Savage emerged.
Rap niggas, that's why y'all don't get nowhere. Omari, that's why you ain't got no deals. That's why you ain't got nothing. you don't get nowhere off rapping because you niggas bitches.
This super energetic rapper from 37th who had the youth on lock. And after initial tension with elders like Shy Glizzy were swept under the rug, No Savage had a direct path towards being DC's hottest rapper. But the street shit was making its way into songs. Even before his rival Walkdown Will started rapping, No Savage had this song called Shots for Everybody, dissing Simple City in July of 2019. Simple City was quick to respond over the same beat weeks later, flipping the title to Everybody Gets Shot. But Simple City didn't have a clear opposition in the booth to represent them on records and go against No Savage. That's when Walkdown Will emerged as Simple City's challenge to No Savage, dropping his first song in September of 2019 called Backdoor Locked. Now he's just 19 years old, but Walkdown is widely regarded as the hottest new commodity out of DC, getting label meetings with Capitol Records, Alamo, and many others showing interest. Walkdown moved to Simple City from 501 at a young age after they tore down his housing complex. He was booked for robbery as a juvenile, but never completed probation. Police have been targeting Walkdown since the beginning, banning him from doing shows with Rod Wave and The Baby, labeling him a threat to the community. Wow. Of course, Walkdown's got a tough drill sound, but...
And that's what they did for to Lil Durk too, man. When Durk came out, man, they was saying he was a threat to Chicago and all this, man. They
unlike a lot of his ops from 37th, Walkdown was not focused on direct disses. He was more about making good music. The same cannot be said for his main op, No Savage. No Savage even has a song on his 2020 mixtape called Fuck Simp, basically dissing the whole area, and that track has since been removed and is nowhere to be found on streaming services. Wow. All this set up for a brutal winter in 2019 when No Savage was promoting a rapper from 37th named Acto Klika, who released 2 songs in November and December that would take the war to a new level. His song Straight Facts went viral around the DMV area at almost 500,000 views. In it, Act talks about smoking on Walkdown's dead homies. He goes on to say, "How's your name Walkdown but you run?" clearly taunting Walkdown and even questioning which area he's from. This gave Acto Klika a lot of clout locally, but it also made him a prime target in the beef. And 2 days after releasing Straight Facts in December of 2019, one of Walkdown's homies found Acto Klika on the train by himself. Now nobody got hurt, but it could've went way left. Acto Klika himself said he wasn't strapped, which led his ops to taunt him, saying he must have been capping in his raps all along, joking that there must have been a curfew on guns if he didn't have it with him on the train. Wow. Several days later, Walkdown, who up until then was focused only on making good music and not dissing, decided to respond to the recent slew of disses coming from 37th by dropping his own song titled Directed to the Ops.
Yeah, and I'm thugging for real. Yeah, niggas be capping, they put my name in they songs. I don't know why these niggas keep dance. He talking to business, so we got to drop on his house. We gon' pop up and he come up miss.
Christmas would go by, and the tension was reaching dangerous heights, with shootings happening every week. A few days into the new year 2020, Acto Klika was DMing a girl. She told him to pick her up at the Shaw train station around 11:30 at night. Acto Klika went uptown with one other person to Northwest DC near Howard University to meet this girl at Shaw train station. She told him she was outside, but when Acto Klika arrived, they couldn't see her. So the friend went looking down the tunnel inside the station, and Acto Klika waited outside. After a couple minutes, the friend returned from the tunnel and found Acto Klika laying dead on the ground, shot in the head. The girl was nowhere to be found. On CCTV footage, you see a white SUV pull up quickly and begin firing, but nobody gets out the car and they speed off without any trace of who did it. Police and paramedics show up to the scene, and Acto Klika was taken to the hospital where he later died from his wounds. He was only 18. Now a couple months would go by and the police...
That is crazy, man. Youngins out here, man. That's the tragic side of all of this, man. Like, these streets ain't no certain age that you gotta be. Like, it can happen at any age to you, man. Any age. Young, old, no matter what, man. It's crazy. That's the tragic side of it, man.
He died from his wounds. He was only 18. Now a couple months would go by, and the police knew Acto Klika's death was a targeted shooting, but they need proof. At the crime scene, they went through Acto Klika's phone to find out why he was there and discovered those DMs with the girl. Somehow, those text combos were enough for DC police to put out an arrest warrant for Walkdown Will in March of 2020. Only evidence they got, allegedly Walkdown did have access to the girl's Instagram account. But the problem is Walkdown is one of many people who had access to this girl's IG account. Later that month, the police were desperately looking for Walkdown, who, as it turns out, had just flown down to Cali, where he posted these pics to IG. This led investigators to geolocate him via surveillance footage and the IG pictures, but when they arrived to the neighborhood in Cali where he took the photos, they couldn't locate him, and later found out he was back in DC shooting visuals for the music video Warning, which is why the intro is literally the police pulling up to the spot and arresting Walkdown right then and there. And he's been locked up ever since.
Wow.
In DC, they do not do bond, and because he never completed his probation as a minor, Walkdown will stay in prison until his trial ends, which, knowing how the system works, could take another year to even start the trial. But the case against Walkdown remains weak. The police have been unable to ID a suspect from the security footage at the train station the night of the murder. Even so, Walkdown has an alibi. Turns out, he was shot the same night that Acto Klika was killed. And it wasn't from gunfire between him and Acto Klika was unarmed the night he died. Now the prosecutors waved that off. They claim Walkdown shot himself in the right hand to create an alibi, which sounds ridiculous. Nevertheless, the prosecutors charged him, and they now have 9 months to indict him, so sometime in February would be the next update. But right now, Walkdown is in good spirits and convinced he'll be home soon. That's it for this video. Let me know if there's something you want me to cover in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.
That's crazy, man. So Walkdown Will, he ain't even try to really come at nobody. He was trying to be on, you know, some industry shit, just trying to make some bangers. All it takes is that one person to disrespect you, then it start getting serious, man. That's crazy, man. That's wild. Like, I knew they got down. I knew they got down in you know, that area, in the DC area, but man, that's crazy. This whole thing, man. This is why I told y'all, man. Trap Geek one of the best, man. He definitely one of the best. Link down below in the description, man. Simple City versus 37th Battle for the Capital. If y'all want to check it out in its entirety. If y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me, want daily reaction videos. Hit that subscribe button for me. Until the next video, I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching MANIACITV. I'm out.
I ain't gotta do too much. I swear that these niggas, they be doing too much. I ain't gotta